You've got now less than a week, my friends, to cross off your Christmas list. And if you're looking to load your stockings with some luxury stocks, we are here to help. This is the next part of our Fierce Competitors series, pitting two similar companies into a cage match where only one can win.
Minus the cage, of course.
No
it's
cage.
actually just
There's really no matches.
Yeah.
It's got three smart people.
Yeah, it's a newsroom match. Joining us today anyway to size up the competition, once again we have our fabulous panel lined up here. Sitting next to me here is Jan Niffen, CEO of J. Rogers Niffen Worldwide and former department store executive. In the middle, the very lovely Stacey Widlitz, president of SW Retail Advisors and a CNBC contributor with her pink boxing gloves. And Bert Flickinger, Strategic Resource Insight Group. But first, Courtney Reagan sets up today's Fierce Competitors. Let's listen in.
Get ready to shop till you drop. In the ring today, a battle of the high-end heavyweights, Nordstrom versus Saks. How does each rack up? Nordstrom comes in with 240 stores and Saks with 110. And going into this holiday season, Nordstrom's Q3 same-store sales are up 10.7% year over year, while Saks is up 3.3%. Last year, Nordstrom's holiday quarter profit was up 6.7%, but Saks came in with a knockout profit increase of 30.7%. But before you head to the register, analyst estimates for same-store sales this holiday quarter put Nordstrom up 4.7% and Saks up just 0.1%. Try that on for size. And so begins the battle of the high-end heavyweights, Nordstrom versus Saks. And Nordstrom, famous for its customer service and embrace of the online shopper. Saks, with its heavy East Coast concentration, that can be a strong advantage when economic times are good. About 20% of all U.S. luxury sales come from New York City, and Nordstrom doesn't have a full-line location here, at least not yet.
Thank you for setting it all up for us. Okay, Courtney's got her opinion, and of course, so do our guest. It is ladies first, always here on Street Science. So Stacey, who do you like here?
I'm going to go with Nordstrom. And I have to say that yesterday I was in Saks and their 40% off sales were in full swing. Today they went to 60% off and there was plenty of inventory. There was actually visibly more than last year. So I'm a bit concerned about their gross margin. I'm a bit concerned about their trend. And Nordstrom, I think if you want to play somebody who has the integrated in-store and online, that is the story here. You're seeing traffic in stores go down, so you want to play the integrated player, and they're ahead of the rest of the retailers.
What about you, Bert?
With Stacey, in that Jamie Nordstrom's done a brilliant job in terms of integrating e-commerce with the land-based stores, and Blake Nordstrom with his brother Peter, head of merchandising, and Eric, head of stores. The whole family, since they've come back and reunited, one of the best retailers in the U.S. and soon to be in Canada, too.
You know, Jan, Nordstrom is more than double the size of Saks in terms of stores. Is it fair to compare the two? And also, who is your pick?
It's not fair to compare the two, and my pick is still Nordstrom's.
Wow.
And they're
trifecta of
a lot more than double the size, and their profitability on a dollar sales is more than double the size as well. And that's because of all the things that were just brought up here. It's true. Jamie Nordstrom has done this fabulous job of making them an omni-channel retailer, and it's working for them.
What does that mean, omni-channel retailer?
It means they're really good on the internet. They're really good on the internet, and they're really good in the stores, and that's what you have to be to make it all work.
Okay, so what would Saks have to do to make that your pick for any three of you?
Well,
be better.
Be better. I think you are a genius. Now, what would it have to do to make you maybe err more in Saks' favor?
Well, they're just a bit behind in terms of the omnichannel. And, you know, again, right now, if you look at their stores, in terms of the fashion-forwardness, they've been a little bit behind. Mm-hmm. So Nordstrom is doing a bit better of a job on execution. They're also bringing in, you know, Topshop Alliance, which will be one of the biggest threats coming into the United States eventually. So, you know, I think it's really a lot about the integration.
Saks really hasn't reinvested aggressively in the business since they had a true merchant in Arthur Martinez running the business in the early 90s, and then Martinez went on with Bob Mettler to do some really tough, terrific turnarounds. And nothing against current Saks management, but the prior management and financial team had just left Saks stripped of cash, and the company's making very little money, to Jan's point, compared to Nordstrom's.
Mm-hmm. And he left out Rosemary Bravo. It hasn't been strong since she left. But
so for me, we know you like Nordstrom over Saks, but does that make Saks a bad company or just not as good as Nordstrom?
For me, Saks needs to earn more money on $1 of sales for me to feel good about them. And I think since they're so concentrated, they're so East Coast centric, Nordstrom's isn't. Nordstrom's can sell product all over America.
Seattle-based company, too.
Seattle-based. Saks being New York-based has always been New York-centric. It continues to be. It needs a broader appeal, and it needs to get rid of some more bad stores to drive up that profitability per dollar of sales.
So the bottom line is Nordstrom, Nordstrom, Nordstrom.
Who am I going to use my
wins.
boxing gloves on?
He didn't even need to use the boxing gloves.
You can't make 44 cents per share, to Jan's point, at Saks and have Nordstrom's make $3.44 a share and even come close. And that's what Stacy and Jan said. It's just not even a contest here.
But I will say, though, that Saks shares actually have been outperforming Nordstrom for the last month, the last 2 months. So they're doing something right, at least when it comes to investors. And CEO Steve Sadoff did say that his omni-channel investor has a 3 to 4 times higher propensity to spend. So if they can get that right and if they can catch up to Nordstrom, Saks still has a fighting chance. I wouldn't put them totally out of this battle.
Courtney, I would point out also that Saks is no longer reporting their monthly sales.
True.
Nordstrom will for 2 more months. So you're going to have that volatility. We have a little bit of visibility.
We're going to leave it here, guys. Friday, we're going to do this again. Hopefully, you'll disagree to break out those gloves.
Yeah. You got to get together.
I'm ready.
I'll bring my Muhammad Ali autograph gloves.
There you go. There you go.